Hey everybody, it's your girl Bunny. To all of my returning subscribers, hey, how you doing? And for those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. Kick your feet up, subscribe to this family-friendly channel, and don't forget to click the notification bell so you don't miss any posts. Also follow me on Instagram at the same profile name so you don't miss the sneak peeks of what's coming up next. In this video, it's Ready to Love Miami, episode 4 entitled Miami White Party. I give a full episode recap with photos offset to the side, and then I give my review at the end. No need to dig around and keep all of the minute marks in the comments. It's all coming up next. The ladies meet up in the lounge and Tommy takes a moment to welcome back Looney. It's the first time she's been in one of the ladies' lounge meetings. This week, the power to eliminate is back with the women. It's time to take a leap of faith and be more daring in making a connection. Tommy is throwing a white party. This will bring everyone together to get to know the guys deeper. Looney wants a guy that can step it up as well and acknowledge that it's time to step up the game when it comes to the women. Kayla and Randall go out and she's actually nervous. Randall is ready for it all because it's the first time he can speak with her with no one else around. They flirt over food and the sexual chemistry is there indeed. They express that they have love for having fun and look forward to family life. They have a lot in common, and at the end of the date, Randall digs that she's not just about the exterior. Jamala and Justice meet up and she wants to know if he can become more than just a handsome face. Justice explains that he has a different take on dating. He doesn't need to spend a lot of money on a person to find out if he likes someone. He doesn't want to waste his money trying to wine and dine someone. It shouldn't take a journey to know if ones are compatible. He's a king, and the women need to make a decision to come to him. She makes a note to production that their way of thinking is one who wants to remain single. It comes off as arrogant and wanting someone to always gravitate towards him. Is this the realistic setting for him? Everyone meets at an amazing mansion. It's an all-day event with some chilling. Then everyone will change into their white for the all-white party. Eliminations are coming up and all of the women hope that their connections aren't the ones being sent home. Tommy brings along his wifey and he wants the men to know that it's important to make their significant other feel special. It's time to make a bond and a bold impression to everyone who has an interest in them. Randall admits that he has a connection with Kayla, Jamala, and Nika. Although he's super excited to see Jamala, he connects with her energy immediately. It's an easy connection and the conversations seem very organic and natural. Kayla gives a sharp eye from across the way, noticing it all. Jamala loves that Randall is honest. He lets her know that he has other interests and connections, but she's understanding that it's all a part of the process. It's fun times for everyone, and while playing Jenga, Brandy has a Jenga challenge to give her top connection a lap dance. Mike, of course, is obligated to receive the challenge. Charisse speaks with Zoe, and to production, she says that he's not the guy that she would usually go for. He seems boring, but she wants to give everyone a chance. Zoe shares that he was in a relationship for 7 years, and he even gave that girlfriend a ring. He felt that he gave her everything she always wanted, which was to be engaged. Although with some thought, the next day he took the ring back. He felt pressure in giving her a ring and getting married. He knew that his heart was with her, but it didn't pan out that way. Charisse says to production that I appreciate his honesty, but I don't want someone not being genuine, pretending like they like me. Charisse talks with Mike. She wants to clear the air. She feels that he was a little aggressive when trying to make his point. Before she can get to the matter, he asks her to put her plate down, sit a little closer so they can have a down-to-earth conversation. He immediately apologizes if he came off as aggressive. He's a nice guy and doesn't want anyone to feel like they can't come and talk to him. He wants to move forward and place things in the past and remain cordial. Jamala applauds Mike for listening to Charisse, and it says something about his character. Kadian adds that in those moments, things can turn a situation into something more. Especially as a black man, it's easy for others to call us aggressive. Shakira then says that she's going to remove herself from the table and she doesn't want to be a part of someone's drama. But everyone at the table tries to explain that it's not drama at all. It was just a misunderstanding between Charisse and Mike, and they discussed everything. It's all good now. Kadian tells Mike that it's understandable how Shakira wants to leave considering her circumstances. She may view the conversation a little differently. It's a touchy subject for her. Shakira feels hurt that Kadian stole her chance to share her story. She wants to be able to share her story on her own time. Kayla gets a little jealous when she speaks with Randall. She's been observing the vibes between him and Jamala. Randall says to production that he doesn't want anyone to get jealous, but it's a part of the process. Tommy and wifey Jackie return, and she will help the ladies in different conversations that will help them decide who needs to go home. That's later, though. Now they need to get ready for the all-white party. LJ and Looney continue to flirt and talk, and he invites her to a trip to Mexico. It will be fun and romantic. They fantasize of the good time and continue to have fun. Kadian is shocked that her and Swayze are connecting deeper and deeper. He really wasn't even someone she thought was her type, but they talk every day and he gives his realness. Swayze even feels that there's no need to talk to several people when his true connection is with Kadian. He admits that it'll probably backfire as time goes on and he's spending more time with her and not with other women. Jackie speaks with Zoe and Charisse. And Charisse wants to know what's the secret to this great marriage, or even that, what's the secret to a great relationship? Jackie feels that whatever it is, both people have to be ready. It's important that both people work together to get what they both want. Also, argue things out. Talk it out. God should be in the center of everything, and talking things out will make a way. Don't walk away. Shakira speaks with EJ and lets him know that he's a charmer, and if he wants her, then he needed to show more attention. If not, then she can just walk away. He tells her that he called her several times, but she never called back. She can also show that she likes him as well. Mike wants to see if there's a connection with Kayla, and he loves the conversation. He hasn't had much time with her alone. Jackie speaks with Kayla and Mike, and she wants to know if the age difference and lifestyle have an effect on them getting to know one another. Mike says that the age difference is a concern, but he'll tolerate it. Samson wants to know if Charisse has a story. Charisse opens up because being a woman of color, it can easily be seen as you're just strong or people don't recognize your strength. He also knows that being strong and a woman of color is necessary in this world. And his mom was a strong woman and strong for the family. She worked 2 jobs and had kids. And as they were kids, they picked up cans on the side of the road. It would only bring about $5, but it brought them happiness knowing they could share it with their mother. She makes a note to production that him opening up is very refreshing and compliments him that his parents did a wonderful job raising a great man. Shakira tells Randall that she's went through a lot and it's been hard as a single mother. She heard for years by someone else that she was nothing. Randall lets her know that her being a part of anyone's life is amazing. She's a wonderful person and should be treated as such. She makes a note to production that she's had a traumatic past and she knows that moving forward is a process. Meanwhile, Justice has to dip out because he has a previous engagement. He wants Jamala to break the news to Tommy and that he had to go to a grand opening. Drinks continue to flow and the twerking gets wild. Also, the sexual tension is very thick between Samson and Shakira. After a while, Tommy wants the scoop from the ladies. Who are some of the names that they are connecting with? Jamala, Kayla, and Trinika all say Randall. Shakira and Charisse say Samson. Kadian says Swayze, and Brandy, Mike. Now, who are the ladies not feeling? Charisse is not digging Mike. Looney, Kayla, and Kadian are not feeling Zoe. Trinika's not feeling Swayze, and Kamala's not feeling Samson. Brandy and Shakira aren't feeling AJ, and Brandy says Justice. Kadian mentions Justice as well. You really can't connect with him. It's like you have to ask all of these questions just to see where he's coming from. Jamala lets Tommy know that Justice left early because he has to handle some business, and Tommy isn't too pleased. Now it's time for Tommy to share that the ladies have decided it's 3 men who give off the vibes that they're not ready to love. Zoe, LJ, and Justice. They need to step forward to hear the news. Although Justice isn't there, he lets them know that their name has come up quite a bit with the ladies. One of the fellas will be going home. The guy going home is... And that is the end of the episode. And now it is time for your favorite part of the video. That's right, my review. Shakira, sit down, honey. Sit down. Do you want some tea? You want some water? You want some coffee? Okay, I need to talk to you. Okay. Girl, just sit down. No. Sit down. Let me just go talk for a second. Okay. So when it comes to Shakira, you guys, there are two things that we need to talk about. Okay. Number one, she's had a traumatic experience. Okay. That's facts. We don't take that lightly. It's very serious. Everything that you've gone through, especially traumatic experiences, affect a lot of the things that you do in life. Okay. You have to learn how to navigate and continue in life, which makes it difficult because you really can't stop. She's a mom to just say, you know what? I'm going off of the earth. I'm taking a moment to revamp and get through this traumatic experience. Nobody can do that, right? You have to learn how to face those fears, those traumatic moments in your life, how to cope, how to deal, how to dig, how to do the work. Okay, we all know that it's not something that you could just say, oh, I need it to be over. You can take a nap and then tomorrow it's gone. It doesn't work like that. That is the reality. Number two, what we need to address, this is something that I need Shakira to understand. The episode that I watched, I did not, when she makes a note to production that, you know, she said something and she's told my story, I had to disagree with her on that. She didn't tell your story. She just said that it might be a little, you know, she might not want to talk about it. It's okay in her situation, which wasn't right. She shouldn't have said that at all. But she didn't give any details. Right? She didn't give any details to Mike or say anything at the table that it would enclose anything that was maybe discussed in the ladies' lounge. There were no details expressed. Okay, so I'm kind of giving Katie the benefit of the doubt that you didn't really spill the tea. Okay, it was a little dribble on the side of the cup that kind of spilled over. Okay, it wasn't spilling no tea. Okay. But, you know, she shouldn't have said nothing. She should just say, oh, okay, she getting up from the table. That's cool. You know, I mean, or she couldn't have said anything. I get that. Okay. This is the thing that I have the bone to pick with Shakira. The same thing that I said in the previous episodes. Okay. Everybody know that's there. Everybody that's there knows that you are a single mom. And you said over and over again, it's difficult to date as a single mom. We get it. Okay, we understand. You have said this to the men. You've made it plain to the men. And then the fact that you keep bringing it up. And also they're telling you, okay, the men that you've had connections with, that you talked to, they said, oh, I understand that you have a son. Okay, I understand that you have a child. I get it. He's a part of your life. I get it. I understand. They've all said that to you. Yet and still, every 5 minutes you say, well, I'm a single mom and 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 I'm a single summer, lama. You say that every 5 minutes, right? You say to production that you don't want to be painted as a victim, but yet you keep bringing up the topic. It's very, very evident to me that maybe, sis, maybe you are not ready to date. There seems to be so much hurt because anytime somebody brings up a word, anybody say truck or anybody say it's like it snatches your soul. When you can't function to the point to where something can't be mentioned and your whole world crumbles. This is a sign of showing that you really haven't been able to learn or cope or deal or understand or any of that. There's got to be some individual counseling. There has got to be some moments with a psychologist to really get deep. Okay? To really get deep and find out how you can heal, sis. Because the perfect scene with You've had this conversation with LJ and Randall and you say, and Zoe, well, why haven't you called me? Well, when would you call me? You're not showing me attention when you call me. Memo to Shakira. If a man doesn't call you or is not calling, highly likely he's not interested. Men are very simple when it comes to what they want. If they're showing initiative or they're making time, baby, they like you. The fact that you say, well, you didn't call me, or you didn't say, oh, you didn't do this, and if you like me, you should have this, it comes off as very needy. And pay attention to me, I'm hurt, take care of me. It gives this, I'm a little girl who can only be saved by a man. That's what it gives. I'm not saying that's what it is. I'm saying that's what it's giving. If that's not what it's giving, it's what it's displaying. Okay? I hope you get help, meaning I hope that you learn to get to the point to where you're not so fragile, because it seems to me the main priority is yourself and you taking care of your son. The fact that you're dealing with all of that and you have that trauma and you're dating, and then as you're dating, yes, it is a part of your story. Yes, you can share if you want to share, but it then makes the person that you're trying to know feel very uncomfortable, because now they're walking on eggshells around you, afraid to say or speak or talking about, and Randall, he was being very thoughtful and protective of her feelings, saying, hey, if anybody has you in their lives, that they are privileged to have you, and you deserve this and you deserve that. Like, you know what I mean? You've already mentioned that. You already mentioned that, and you keep bringing it up. So it lets me know that you have a lot of healing. With this episode, there really wasn't anything that really jumped out at me. Like I said the previous season, Tommy, I love you. Okay, I love you, Tommy. You funny. Okay, you country. I love you. And I know this is not you. This is probably production. Okay, and casting, and they're throwing these ideas out here. But your wife, Jackie, you do not need to be on the show. I understand y'all have been married. I understand y'all give advice and y'all been together 20 years, but she don't need to be on there. It's this, I love Lucy, Ricky, I want to be in the show. I want to be in the show too. We don't need Jackie on there. Jackie, I love it, but girl, we don't need you on there. You on there saying like, oh, and you should talk, and okay, we know that. We know that, sis. They trying to get to where y'all at. We get it. You being there, it's not like, oh, it's inspiration, I want to be like y'all. Like, nah, everybody doing their own thing, getting to know somebody, and y'all are bringing something so strong as marriage, and these people still trying to get to know each other. You bringing up marriage for what? That is the one thing that I don't like about this show, that they pressure people at the end to make a committed relationship. Or y'all together? It's like, wait, what? Y'all should press in, yes, we're ready to date each other. We're ready to date. Okay? You have to date, get to know somebody, kick it, chill, see what makes this person mad. And then in the future, love is a possibility. Okay? If there is quote unquote love, it ain't love, it's infatuation. That infatuation turns to like, that like turns to, well, I really care, and then that care turns in, I am ready for love. Not right now, I've only known you for 6 weeks, while we've been filming, I don't even know you, but I still gotta meet your family, and I'm introducing you to mine. For what? Why are we doing that? Whose idea was that? Will Packer, was that you? Stop. In the meantime, in between time, there's really nothing on here for me to really just be so, oh my God, about. We saw the preview for the next episode, probably be a little bit more drama with that. But other than that, the only big thing is Zoe. And Charisse moment where he shared that he was with somebody for 7 years. Okay. The girl was like, where my ring at? Okay. And he gave it a ring, and he was like, hold up, I don't want to do this, and got the ring back. Now, the only people that would have a problem with this, I would probably say, would be the women. How dare you propose and then you change your mind? How dare you? You wasted that woman's time. It was 7 years, and why did you do that? Okay, somebody had the sense, right, to say this ain't it. Okay, yes, that other woman was hurt, but what do you prefer? Than be in a fake relationship, fake marriage, or him pull back on his true feelings saying, I don't want to do this? Accountability, ladies. That lady that was with him for 7 years chose to be with that man for 7 years and wait for 7 years for a ring. Okay, oops upside your head. Say oops upside your head. Say what? Everybody is accountable for their actions. This man said, I don't want to marry her. I don't want to be with her. I gave her the ring, and I got my ring back. Because let's be real. I'm speaking with, you know what I'm saying? Being very literal and seeing both sides. I applaud him for taking his ring back. Because a lot of times when men give engagement rings, those women do not give it back. I'm a firm believer, and if you are engaged and it doesn't work out, give it back. That ring does not belong to you. Okay? You went in with the idea and the potential of something working, a marriage. You guys didn't have a contract. Give the ring back. That ring does not belong to you. So good for you, Zoe. You're probably a jerk in real life. I don't know you. But based upon the story you told, that was completely up to you. Nobody was going to force you into marriage. And clearly you weren't ready because you took the ring back. Hopefully you got your deposit back, bruh. But other than that, there really wasn't anything that just sparked in the relationship in this episode. Charisse talked with Mike and said, hey, you was a little aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Even though she was wrong, talking about, hey, yo, your marriage and your kids is baggage. She said it kind of harsh, but I said in the last episode review that her wording could have been a little different, but she kept it real. Look, I want a man that ain't been married and don't have no kids, because you have to consider everything. Do you want to date a man with kids and you don't even have kids? Like, that's a decision. And she's saying, hey, bro, I don't want that. When we know men would probably word it the same way. Oh, she got kids. Oh, that's baggage. Like, let's be real. Stop acting like Charisse didn't say nothing real. I may not like the way she says certain things, but she's honest at least. I mean, girl could take a, human resources course on, sensitivity and deliverance. But other than that, I mean, hey, there's nothing going on with this show. It's boring. The season is whackers. Okay. Yeah. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think, okay? In the meantime, in between time, remember to take care of yourself and each other. Make sure to check out Bell Collective Season 2. If you haven't seen Season 1, I got you. I got that in the playlist as well. Check out the prequel to the most anticipated show on HBO, House of the Dragon. It is the prequel to Game of Thrones. If you're a Game of Thrones fan, you're going to love it because episode 1, honey, episode 1, oh my God, like I couldn't even go to sleep after that went out because it was great. I'll see y'all next time. In the meantime, in between time, y'all take care of yourself.